Well, for me, Idris is unique in the sense that he's a movie star. He has all the charisma, the sex appeal, everything you want from a movie star.
I want to go to India. I love Indian food, by the way. My family's actually West Indian. It's different, but like I love curry and all of that type of stuff. So plan to make a trip soon. He's so dedicated, but he gives you everything that you need too, like as a scene partner. He doesn't just focus on himself, and I feel like that's so important because again, working with someone that big, I get nervous. I'm a little bit.
But my friend Siraj, he would sort of expose me to like Amitabh Bachchan, and we would sing like Jhume Musti Mein Jhume. We would be like singing a bunch of Indian friends over the years. So I have a strong connection to the place for some unintangible reason.
Hi, Sharlto. This is Bhavna from India Today. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Running on like 3 hours of sleep because we had the premiere last night. But other than that, I'm okay. I'm good. Yeah.
I can see that on your face right now, actually. But
Yeah.
I have to tell you that the film is so good. It kept me on the edge. It happens very rarely that in the theater I was literally like this watching it. But tell me, what was your experience like shooting for this film?
It was one of the best, probably the best experience I've had because we basically got to shoot on a game farm where it would cost you $5,000 a night for the room. And we were there for like a month and a half. So you can't really ask for a better environment to be if you love the bush, as I do. It was just super talented people, amazing director, amazing cast, small cast. Just most of the time, just the four of us stuck in a vehicle or cruising around in the bush.
Yeah. Yeah, but what was your experience? The bromance that you shared with Idris or in the film is amazing to watch on screen. What was it like off screen as well?
We just, had an energetic chemistry, which you can't really, you either sort of get lucky with that stuff or not. And I mean, if it's not quite there, you can project it. But I've been generally quite lucky in my movies where that is needed, that somehow they make the right kind of casting decision. And for reasons that you can sometimes not fully understand, you just have a kind of energetic thing where you can feel each other and just be like, hey man, we would, in a different lifetime, where we weren't traveling all over the world together, separately, we could be friends,
Yeah, lovely. Yeah. But I also want to know because this is a film where a lot of it is left to your imagination, right? I mean, because you're fighting a tiger, you're looking at. So, what was the challenging part for you as an actor?
The most challenging part for me was that it's a very immersive experience watching the movie because of the fact that we did these very long takes on Steadicam. We did one-shot takes. One of the longer ones was like 7 minutes with visual effects, with lines, with action. And that's really tricky to do, to get right. So sometimes we would rehearse most of the day and then do like 4 takes in the evening when the light was just right. And
Wow.
I like to sort of mix things up and change dialogue, as Idris does as well. But it's very tricky to how much you can do of that when you're doing something that's very technical and you're trying to make it feel like it's natural and it's just happening in the moment.
Yeah.
But you've been rehearsing it all day. So that was unusual for me.
Yeah. I mean, when we watch you on screen, it doesn't look like it was technical at all. It feels
Yes,
very
that's
natural. So
the
you've
art.
succeeded.
That's what I
So
mean.
you've
Yeah.
you've succeeded in that, But
Thank
I also
you.
wanted to ask, I am from India, and I want to know. I mean, y'all have shot this in South Africa, right? Which is
Correct.
closer, I would like to believe, than many of the other countries and continents around. So, what are your? I mean, have you ever like watched any Bollywood film, or are you interested in perhaps visiting India anytime soon?
I would love to. I have a sort of my best friend throughout school and still now. His parents came over from India to South Africa, and so I've always had. I mean, I used to stay over at his house all the time and kind of be in an Indian household and in the culture. And bizarrely, he's actually got a house in India. I've had a bunch of Indian friends over the years, so I have a strong connection to the place for some unintangible reason. So I would definitely love to go. I remember at school, with my friend Siraj, he would sort of expose me to like Amitabh Bachchan, and we would sing like Jume, Mr. Mejume. We would be like singing. I'm totally butchering everything, of course. But so yeah, I knew, and he'd be like, "No, it's the Indian Michael Jackson," and yeah. So I do have. I actually saw. I don't know what movie it was. I saw a Bollywood movie playing on the screen the other day on on the airplane.
Oh.
I was trying to watch something of my own, and there was this dance sequence happening on this Bollywood movie on the guy, like across the aisle from me or something. And I couldn't hear it. He's watching on headphones. I have no idea what this movie was, but it was literally the most spectacular dance choreography I've ever seen in my life. I just looked over at this and I was like, because there was, when you're sort of a Westerner growing up, you're kind of like, well, Bollywood, like we cooler than Bollywood. When we were teenagers, like, well, Bollywood's not that cool. We're going to private school in South Africa. I was watching the screen now. I was like, oh my God, like the Bollywood guys they're just raising the bar now.
They're killing it.
It's unbelievable with the choreography and whatever. I couldn't stop watching. I paused my movie and then I just watched, just with no sound, anything. I'm just watching these dances and the way the camera's going. I was just like, oh my God, like they're really killing it, as you say.
But lovely, and all the very best for Beast. Hope to see you very, very soon in India. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Hi guys, this is Bhavna from India today, and welcome, Iyana and Leah. Firstly, a huge congratulations. I enjoyed Beast. I was on my edge throughout. But tell me, what was that experience like? I mean, to be in that scary situation, such challenging times. I want to know a bit about your experience shooting for the film.
So we actually filmed in South Africa for 3 months, and the experience was surreal. We got to film three different locations out there. We got to see like all of these super cool animals, as well as work with Idris Elba. And I feel like us three especially, we bonded so well to where like even today we are really like a close family. And the film really challenged like I think both myself as well as Leah, and it got us out of our comfort zones. And we watched the film last night, and I feel like the chemistry looks so good. The lion looks so real. Like for me, best time ever.
What about you, Leah?
My experience filming in South Africa, like she said, it was also like, it was amazing. And also like what Iyana said, filming with Idris Elba in South Africa, that's like 2 dreams come true. So it was super amazing. The views were beautiful. And we were staying in this amazing apartments and these amazing huts and these reserves, and we got to go on safari rides there. So I love the whole experience filming there. I would definitely want to go again.
I can only imagine, only that the beach shouldn't be there, because obviously I was so scared. I cannot even tell you, I was so scared watching the entire film. But also, but I also want to know, what was your experience like shooting with Idris? Because there's so much experience that he brings in with him. What was that? What did you take away from him or learn during this entire process?
I've said before too that working with Idris is literally like watching a masterclass. He's so focused, he's so dedicated, but he gives you everything that you need to, like as a scene partner. He doesn't just focus on himself, and I feel like that's so important because again, working with someone that big, I get nervous. I'm a little bit scared at times, and he's just like, "You got this, Iyana. Like, be comfortable." And he gave both myself and Leah so much good advice that we learned so much.
What about you, Leah?
I really was super duper worried about working with him because I knew that I've never been on an action thriller, or I've never I'm not as good as him. I'm not saying I want to be better or something, but I'm not as good, and I know that in this movie he's gonna kill it. He's gonna do so good, and I'm like, oh Lord, I'm gonna be sitting over here fake crying and asking for more tears in my eyes. And so, but after what Iyana said, he doesn't just worry about himself. He makes sure that everyone else is okay also. And really throughout this, the director and Mr. Elba and the whole entire team and the cast have helped me improve on this thing, on this movie. But Mr. Elba though, if there's rough times for me and Iyana when we're filming, he is like focused on his acting, but he's also like, it's okay, like, he's encouraging us and
You
things.
got
And he's
this,
very
yeah.
protective too, like very fatherly and protective for sure.
Yes.
I have to congratulate both of you because while you say that you were nervous, it doesn't show on screen. It looks very, very good. It looks very confident. But I also want to know now, I'm from India and we love action thriller and we love all of this. But I want to know, have you perhaps watched any Bollywood film? Maybe are you aware of it, of any Bollywood film or actor? And what are your thoughts on coming to India maybe someday?
I want to go to India. I love Indian food, by the way. My family's actually West Indian. It's different, but like I love curry and all of that type of stuff. So plan to make a trip soon. And I don't think I've watched, or I can't think of any Bollywood films that I've watched, but I will now. Okay, I'm gonna find something good to watch.
Thank you. Leah, do you want to add something?
That is actually crazy. I did not know that Iyana's family was West Indian because you were like, I am exactly like you, like my family is too. So it is like so crazy. I did not know that. But just like what she said, like also like, cause my family is half India also. So, but I do really want to go to India because my best friend is also Indian and she's told me a lot of her cultures that she does there and a lot of her like she went to a premiere there before and she said that it's so amazing of the dresses that they wear and I love the dresses that they wear. It's so beautiful. So I really want to go there also.
Lovely. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you? This is Bhavna from India today. Firstly, a huge congratulations. I really, really enjoyed Beast. I was on the edge watching the film. I want to know from you what was the most challenging part about it because it's not an easy film to direct as well.
Well, no, it was. First of all, the challenge was just. I embrace the challenge. I'm a challenge junkie. I love that. But it was, like I had to convince the studio we had to shoot this in Africa, for example. Because for me it's all about that. And of course there are challenges in COVID to make a shoot like that. Also, I wanted to shoot it in long takes. To create this claustrophobic that you are with the people and everything is coming at you. You never have the eye of God. You're always there with them, and in my opinion, it creates more tension. So having to create a lion inside those shots, and sometimes more than one. Of course, it was a very complicated. Everything has to be laid out perfectly and practiced to bits. But this is filmmaking. That's why we do it because
Yeah.
I love the challenge. I don't like to just like a ding dong, like shoot something simple and just go back to my hotel. No, I really want to push the medium, and I also realized when I got this project that was an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, yeah. So what I loved about Beast is that while it is a complete action thriller, at the same time there are real emotions attached to it. Where you see a father-daughter bond that we see, there's a friendship that we see. So how difficult was it to strike a balance between the action part of the film and the emotional part of the film?
I think one comes with the other, in my opinion, because without the emotion and the connection to the character, you can't create the tension when it goes further. You have to
Right.
care about these people. I also am a father of a lot of children. I'm a big family man, and I had gone through difficult times. To divorce in my life, and a family breaking down is the hardest thing I've gone through in my life. So I was very connected to that character, and I really wanted to. Kind of, in my opinion, the Beast is a metaphor of the hardest struggle, which is to get your family back together and continue with your life, create a new future for your children and your family, and that's the Beast for me, the metaphor of it. So I think you had to have the one with the other, and I was lucky that also Idris was very into this, and the girls. I thought I got fantastic girls to play this up, and they really played this also. They created this atmosphere between them, like the song they're singing in the car. They made that up while they were waiting for
Yeah.
something, and I said, I want to use
Oh,
that. I want to use that. Let's sing that when we're driving. That's like my family. We make bullshit songs
right.
and behave stupidly when we're driving around the country. So I love also the kind of the message. I also responded to like, there's a father with two girls. It's unusual.
Yeah.
And that chemistry is very specific. I have girls, I have both boys and girls. There's a very different chemistry between that, and I like they're very different. Those two girls, how they see the separation and all that, and I like them. Then like family is like an organ, and
Yeah.
when it doesn't function, you're very ill, right? When it functions, everything is great, and so they're
Yeah.
working, and figuring things, and getting better, and working together, and that's family to me. I love that part. So it's
Right. I think I could also resonate with it while watching. I mean, you could feel the emotions, and that's amazing. But at the same time, I want to know what was your experience like directing Idris, because he comes with his, like, there's a different aura around him as well. What was it like to work with him?
Well, for me, Idris is unique in the sense that he's a movie star. He has all the charisma, the sex appeal, everything you want from a movie star. But then he's also a really fine actor. He's been working for a long time in
Yeah.
Agarwal and Luther and all those kind of shows that are real. So for me, he struck the perfect balance of that. So when he's doing the vulnerable scenes with his friend talking about how he failed his ex-wife, it really, that's the power of him as an actor. And then when he has to face down a lion and become, like,
Yeah.
then you have a guy you believe that, because he has the movie star, enigma,
All around him. Yeah.
so for me,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like perfect. And then I think Sharlto was great to get Sharlto, because he, and I love that it's a black family going to Africa to meet a white guy who lives there. Like it's like this is the world we live in. We are realizing it's not that black and white and simple. It's and I love it. It's
Yes.
very unusual for Hollywood to present the world like this. So all these things
Yeah. I was
add up
so
to.
I was totally into that world, convinced about it and rooting for the family completely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and all the very best for the
Great to
film.
see you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bhavna was it? What, Bhavna?
Yes,
Yeah.
Bhavna. Yes, Bhavna.
I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Lovely.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.